Hello, all the prestigious people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is me, Aryan Kumar. Today, we are going to study all about length, mass, and temperature. But fun fact is, we are going to look to another crucial topic that isn't in our syllabus yet, but we will, um, at final steps, we will look at this. What is the topic? Now, the topic is triple point of water. If you don't know it, we will again see and dive deep into it. Now, what is a length is our main question today. If you don't know length, length can be calculated vertically or physically or virtually, like anything, any object that is two dimensional and is in a solid state, I can calculate its length. Fun fact is, I can calculate the length of water as well. But that is somewhat another topic, or you can say um, any other thing that is wavelength, not exactly the length. This is particularly used for water, wavelength, lambda, if you don't know. Um, we have studied that in our earlier grades. Anyways, we were talking about what is a length. Anything that can be measured vertically or physically or horizontally is known as length in a two dimension. Okay, in a two dimension is known as a length. It can be three dimension as well until we are looking at volume, because in volume we focus upon length, width, and base of it as well. But again, we are calculating its volume, and length is its property, not the length itself. Okay, now what are the types of length? What is length? We have just covered that. Now, how it can be measured? If you have, at some time, if you have visited any maybe clothing brand or shop, they simply calculate the um, you can say size of the cloth, or like the particular amount of the cloth that you want to buy for, suppose 2 meters of cotton um, dress. Okay, cloth, cotton cloth. Now you don't know what is 2 meter. Again, meter is our derived quantity, and length is our physical quantity. Fundamental quantity is our collision of both of them. Okay, so what is 2 meter? You don't know that. But for eradicating this cause, we have measurement tools such as um, a meter rod that can simply calculate how much long or uh, horizontally wide it is. Okay, and similarly, there are other objects as well, such as vernier caliper, screw gauge. mm, A lot of a lot of uh, terminologies can be used here. Now, what is other term for it? Mass. Now, you might already know what is a mass. Mass basically somewhat that calculates a weight, and type of masses can be defined as kg. Like these are the units: grams, very milligram, micromilligram. A lot of terminology that can be again used in mass. And massed, not mass is being calculated by a lot of scales that can be neutral scale. Okay, that can be weighting scale that you normally use to weight any food maybe, or yourself, uh, weight machine basically. Yeah, so that is how we calculate mass. And if I personally talk about the topic that I'm going to teach you and is crucial for this video is temperature. Now you might not find this topic in our book, like temperature is of course available there, but the topic of 3 points of water. Now, first of all, let me just tell you what is temperature. Temperature is basically a collision of kinetic energy. And what is a collision of kinetic energy? Basically, when little molecules, of course, molecules are not that big, we cannot see it from a normal human eye. We need a telescope. Okay, if a molecule or molecules are being contracted in any particular area, in surface area, when they are fighting each other, being collided each other and producing more and more energy by just hitting each other. Like, of course, if you know, uh, in earlier times they used to hit stones with each other to produce a kinetic energy within it and to spark a flame by it. So that's how the loop follows, and the molecules at the end bombard, okay, and produce a lot of heat, right? That's how the cylinder works in our home. Okay, so you can just take an example of cylinder. If the molecules are being contracted again and again, it can blast at a very high kinetic energy. That is how I define a kinetic energy and a concept of molecules getting stuck, not stuck, fighting with each other, sorry. Okay, now if I talk about water point, 3 point of water, or you can say uh, three tipping points of water. Okay, three tipping points of water. Now what is that? Now you might again ask me, what is water, what is again you are just teaching us. Okay, of course I will. Now I just taught you about temperature. Now what is this point? If I ask you a question, if there is any type of solid state of water, you can of course say it as a cube of ice, and water itself, okay, you can just consider this as a bad drawing of water, and um, vapors of water like clouds or vapors that are being evaporated by conjuncting all the heat in it. Anyways, if I say I apply any constant temperature within it, and my ice directly get converts to what, a vapor state. Is that possible, directly from solid to um, gaseous state? Now you might get stuck at here and you might think that how this can be possible. Of course, at first the ice will melt, then it will melt. As it will melt, we will have water, then we can convert it into a gaseous state by heating it again. But that's not the case. In this particular topic, I can just teach you how actually this work. Okay, now let me just pause this video and correct my cursor. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now if I draw a dimensional axis here, like two-dimensional, okay. Consider this as a axis, okay, x and y axis. At here, this would be my pressure, and this would be my temperature. Okay, as we are discussing about all about heat and not heat, all about temperature, and this is my initial point, also known as zero. As this graph starts from zero, vectors and all, we have studied that. Maybe you have studied that. I have just taught that again on my channel earlier in earlier times, in earlier month. Now you can just consider this as a graph or a axis, two-dimensional axis. Now what if I say there is a constant rate of water? Okay, consider this as water, a constant rate of water that is being uh, that is being increased, okay, constantly, okay, like this, and this is somewhat going like this. Okay, just suppose this thing. And what if I say it connects a point at here and forms another point of heat? Now this all is my heat, this is my water, this is the contraction of the points, and this is my freezing state. Now what if I say there is an cursor here? Okay, let me just make it thin for better understanding. This is my area. If any type of water, gaseous state or solid state will pass by this, it means it will pass throughout the water and directly go into our heat, that can lead to us a vapor, or you can say similarly if I do it from a freezing temperature point to a heatiest point, that will again convert to a what a gaseous state, that is also known as our you can say vaporization, or the process of um, you can say what process of basically evaporation. Yeah. And if I talk about this thing, if it moves upward, okay, then it would be called the process of sublimation. And again, if the temperature goes down, it would freeze. That is known as crystallization. We studied that in our ninth grade. That is how we explain the 3 points of water. And after this, the 3 points will collide at any one point. That will be this point, or maybe it can be this point. And at this point, our whole state will be constant, and it can be either solid, either liquid, either gas. That's it. Now, this was all about, again, the triple point of water, nothing else. Thank you.